In this week's Parshas Shemos, there's a fascinating vart that I heard from Rabbi Eitan Feiner Shlita. And it says, Vayihi bayomim ohem. It was in those days. Vayigdal Moshe grew up. Vayetze el echav. He went out amongst his brothers. Vayar b'siv loisim. He saw their pain, he saw their suffering. Vayar ish mitzri. Make ish ivri me'echav. He saw a Mitzri man, an Egyptian man, hitting one of his fellow Hebrew brothers, his Israelite brothers. And he looked this way, he looked that way. He saw there was nobody looking, there was nobody there. He struck down the Mitzri, and he hit him in the sand. And we all grew up learning this story in Parshas Shemos. But there's a fascinating emotional, internal struggle that's going on in Moshe Rabbeinu at the moment that he steps out of Paro's palace that's hidden in these words. If you read it very clearly, very closely, he grew up. He went out amongst his brothers. It was his first time that he was making a path into his life. He grew up in Paro's palace. He had no outside influence. He didn't know his Jewish brethren. He saw their pain and suffering. But it's not just talking about his brothers, it's talking about himself. Internally, Moshe Rabbeinu, what was he searching for? What was he yearning for? It doesn't mean from his brothers, it means from within himself. He saw an Ish Mitzri, that he grew up in Paro's palace, that was putting down the Ish Ivri inside of him. Every person has the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov. There's two parts to you. And the Ish Mitzri was winning. The Ish Mitzri was becoming greater than the Ish Ivri inside of him. So what did he do? He looked this way, he looked that way. He weighed both options. And he realized there's no way to be Ein Ish, but one man. You could only be one. You could only choose one. You could either be the Ivri or the Mitzri. You can't be both. You can't have the Yetzer Hara and the Yetzer Tov. I mean, we all have a Yetzer Hara and Yetzer Tov. We have to struggle to fight to let one of them be mizgaber over the other, and one has to ultimately win. So what did he do? By Yaches HaMitzri, he struck down that Mitzri inside of himself. He took that Egyptian inside, he took that Yetzer Ra inside of himself, and he struck it down. And he buried it in the sand. And his Ish Ivri overcame his Ish Mitzri. His Yetzer Tov overcame his Yetzer Ra. That was the ultimate battle that Moshe Rabbeinu had to choose for himself when he was setting out in life to decide who is he going to be. Who are you going to be? Are you going to be an Ish Ivri or are you an Ish Mitzri? Are you going to constantly fight for your Yetzer Tov or your Yetzer Hara? Which one is going to ultimately win? That choice is up to you. That choice was up to Moshe Rabbeinu, and he ultimately chose and became the savior of Klal Yisrael. May we be zeicha to learn from Moshe Rabbeinu's ways and become the greatest that we can be. Have a beautiful Shabbos.